Hi, everybody. It's me again, Kate Shelest, CEO and co-founder of Katico, where we help companies to select help desk knowledge-based software as well as implement and maintain it. And today, for my last episode of the first season of 𝘵𝘃𝗃𝗏, I have very special guest, Tommi 𝘀𝘂𝗃𝗏𝗏, CEO and co-founder of Theymes. I hope I pronounced it right. Very, very tricky one. But yeah, it's a help desk platform built for realities of player support. And that's the most fascinating thing about it, that it's not fit it all platform, but very niche and uh, built to help support teams and players to feel comfortable when they need help. So, hi, Tommi. How are you today?
Hey, doing great. Just a little bit of flu, so pardon me. I guess
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
it's the season. It's the
yeah,
season.
exactly. But doing great. The year is almost done. Looking really forward to the next year. This has been really amazing year for us. So yeah,
Oh,
next year will be awesome.
really? Do you want to share anything?
I mean, we are a relatively new company. We started January last year. Building our product, focusing on the customer support in gaming. And during this year, we have been growing to support over 100 games titles. So we've been growing really fast, and our product has been also going to really kind of like, if looking just 6 months backwards, it has grown to like a really cool solution in this space.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So, uh, we consider this a little delay on LinkedIn for people to already start joining. So I hope we will have some answers to my favorite question uh, that I always ask just to break the ice. So, question to you, Tommi, and our audience: what was the last gig you went to?
My last week. I'm unfortunately really bad going to gigs, but I think it might be 𝘫𝘪𝘵. I think he's from Iceland.
Oh, what
But
the genre?
something, uh, I don't even know the genre. I guess it's some kind of like a pop thing.
Hmm.
He got famous from Eurovisions. But something I'd really like to go is, if you know Sandfall's Expedition 33 game. They are having this soundtrack live musical going on.
Oh,
Everything
wow.
sold out, so we'll see if I
Oh,
will be able to grab a
yeah.
ticket to
Well,
go there.
I know that in Finland, there are so many gigs going on. I've lived in Helsinki, and it's just like always something. So really, um, I will not talk about the last gig I went to, but the one of the most fascinating I went to in Finland, and I went to Doom Metal Festival, and I really loved it. And there was some like headliner of the day was Japanese band Boris. It
Yeah.
was so like out of this world. And I think if I were in the band, I would play doom metal for
Yeah,
sure.
we have a lot of heavy metal bands in Finland.
Mhm. Yeah, as many as saunas, I guess.
Yeah,
I
probably
think
as
that
many.
was my first impression when I came to Finland. First time, like so many bands, which is amazing. So, if anyone who joined us want to share what was their last gig they went to, welcome to message us in chat. We're just yeah, getting started conversation, pretty chill today, already in Christmas mood, so no stress at all. Oh, and we have actually some comments. So someone went to Imagine Dragons. They had the European tour this year. I saw it was
Oh,
sold out like immediately in Poland. They had, I think, like two gigs. I don't know if they
I'd
went to
love to go. Yeah.
they're massive. I don't know, so many bands are coming back, those from early 2000s, and announcing tours next year. It's crazy. I don't know. I need a second job to finance all these shenanigans, really. Like System of a Down, for example. it's like mind
Yeah,
blowing.
yeah.
But yeah, and we have some other replies. 𝘵𝘃𝘃𝘵𝘃𝘃. Do you know the band 𝘵𝘃𝘃𝘃? Sounds like a dinosaur.
I think it's for a younger audience, but we take it.
Okay, okay. And actually, I will spend my next week putting together the Spotify list from all the bands that people mentioned through our first season. So for 4 episodes, and we have pretty
Oh, that's nice.
good list. So we'll post it on LinkedIn very soon. Yay. Okay. So we probably should get to business.
Sounds
Um, yeah, but let's do it pretty smooth and chill and start before we go into our topic of like handling player support spikes without burning out your team. We can just start with simple question maybe. What are the main challenges your potential clients have when they come to you and think, okay, Theymes might be a good choice for us? So what their biggest challenges?
Um, if thinking about player support and gaming and studios and publishers, I think the biggest challenge kind of like for us or for the gaming companies is in there that when players complain about something, they care about something. And usually what we see is that the studios are not really good taking these signals. But whenever they kind of like start to actually taking into consideration like the player support aspect, they are starting to see value also from that. So I'd say kind of like on a holistic level, that's kind of like a challenge. It's kind of like a mind shift of like providing player support. We see a lot of studios that are kind of like on a they have built really cool game. They have monetization up and going, but they don't provide any kind of like support to the players.
Really?
Yeah, and it's always kind of like striking a little bit because like if the players are giving you money or having problems, of course it makes sense that you are actually providing also customer support for them.
Yeah,
So
that's
maybe
part
like
of experience. So
yeah, so that's probably like I'd say not kind of like challenge, but it's issue in the industry.
yeah, yeah, it's interesting. Like I've worked in gaming, but in iGaming, like in gambling. So, and their players there, I think, different from those who play like more common games, like normal ones, because
Yeah,
they are in the moment. They have issue. They just they call, they text and chat, they email, they do everything at once because they are in this mode of active gaming and they need it now because it's like very fast like dopamine kind of situation. Like they have like this 10-20 euros, they just put it in, they're like
yeah, yeah.
play, and then they go do their stuff. So in more classic gaming, it's the situation, I guess, is different. What is special about the players there, about their behavior?
Maybe I mean, like I mentioned, it's probably because they care. They feel that they belong to something, and of course there is like community aspects in place. This also changes the operations a lot, like whether what of the channels you will have to cover, for example. Usually community management is also one of the really big things that gaming companies have to really consider in the industry.
True, yeah. It's like the entire universe, like those fans of Witcher. And yeah, that
Yeah, and
gaming
it's
company has office in Warsaw where I live. It's pretty cool.
yeah, and it's also like a true community. You make also friends, like real friends, and So it's important that kind of like you have a healthy community in there, and someone has to also do the job in there. Consider it making it community management or supporting the players in there.
Okay, that's nice. And yep, thank you for answering. And we will slowly go to our business case. Meanwhile, our dearest audience, you can already send your questions in the chat, and we will come back to them during our Q&A session after we finish discussing our business case. And I'm sorry, I'm being attacked by a cat. Okay, later. All right, so let's check out what we will discuss today. And oh my God, where did our faces go? There we are. Okay, so we have a business case that was sent to us. So we have a game publisher, like actually not sure what 3050K MAU means, but maybe you can help me with that. And tickets volume is 2-3K per week. They have so when there's incidents, there are tens of thousands in a few hours. Really hard to imagine. Never been in that situation, so it'll be interesting to discuss. So they have small core support team. They have in-game form. They have Discord and Reddit, web portal, and email. So the problem is that they run a live game, and I'm sorry, this is Mon, by the way, my supervisor. Yeah,
It's good to have fun.
yeah, it's time for cuddles, so I cannot say no. Anyway, so sorry for interruption. So they're on a live game when batch misbehave or no dies. The queue goes from quiet to 7 plus K in 30-40 minutes. Engineering fix it, super, but then the team spends the entire day closing those tickets one by one, sending messages that it's resolved. And people already saw the fix somewhere like in the community. I assume that Discord is being used for that mostly, like a few hours earlier. So, and real cases, they get lost like in all that pile of duplicates. So they need a way to inform players within minutes and let agents handle priority cases instead of copy paste work. I've done copy paste work. It really sucks. You feel like you're just wasting time instead of doing something useful. So the needs, from what I understand, are like they want to know how to how to actually inform players quickly, so tickets don't pile up. How to avoid sending thousands of messages like manually, and also how to surface real issues. That
Yeah.
among all that pile of stuff. So yeah, let's think what to start with. So you've seen it, how that happens. So it really is that huge, like thousands of tickets in a minute kind of situation.
Well, in a minute will be you would really have to have a player base in millions, because usually it's like a small percentage that goes through. But indeed, whenever there is something wrong with the game, depending on the type of issue, players, especially on the mobile side of things, whenever you have a support processes up and running in there, you can easily end up having really huge volumes of incoming tickets. And depending how you have built your deflection knowledge base, any kind of like barriers that can in advance help the players with the issue, you will end up having tickets coming in high volumes. And also it really depends if the companies are thinking about, for example, VIP support. So for example, you can have a priority support for the ones that are paying. And yeah, you can really easily have these ticket spikes that can then burden the customer support teams fairly quickly.
Yeah. Well, I would think that it's still like any help desk should be able to give an opportunity to at least filter those. Yeah, I had an assumption that it's something easy, but actually I've been looking into like those big platforms that are usually used. We work with a lot of Freshworks products, so it's not that straightforward with them. So you really need to take some time to build a workflow that will help you to cluster all those things. I
Yeah.
guess from your experience, what helps, like even like operation wise, not thinking about the tool, to improve that experience for support agents in the first place? Because if they are stressed, players won't be happy.
Yeah.
So what would be the first things to do to make it easier for support teams
Yeah. Well,
in such cases when there are similar
yeah. The
quests?
first
Mhm.
the first thing definitely is that the support team has to know that okay, there's something going on right now, and they usually see this from the high volumes that are suddenly spiking. But it still requires like a lot of manual work to kind of like go into these different tickets and kind of like formalize the idea that okay, this kind of issue is now really going on.
And it's quite common that players like, well, from my experience being in support team, you really very often find out about the issue from customers, from players, rather than developing teams sending you like, oh, actually, this is the issue, so you know.
Yeah, it's good.
So it comes from customers, and then what would be the best? I guess the first thing is to communicate with the team who will fix it. So what would be the best course of action in this,
Um,
from your experience?
from my experience, well, I will have to well, how we have built things, it allows the teams to work in a very different way than kind of like in traditional world or in kind of like legacy systems, if you will.
Okay.
So how we have done the things is that regardless of the language, we can automatically detect what kind of like issue is now going on, and we can start grouping the similar tickets together.
Mm.
And from this, there is usually kind of like a lead or some dedicated person that gets some signal that this kind of issue is now going on, and what they can do is that they can put these issues on hold so it doesn't clog the queue for rest of the customer support team. And then when the issue is resolved, that one dedicated person can, for example, give messages back to the players that are part of the issue that hey, this has been now fixed.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. In case you cannot automate it, at least you can have the process and like a separate flow for that particular issue.
Yeah,
So the queue doesn't get
yeah.
ignored.
Especially in mobile gaming, applying fixes to something, it's not really fast thing to do because you will have to let the game team know about it. Someone has to do the changes. Someone has to build up the new version of the game. Someone has to then publish in the App Store probably, and then the players have to update the game depending on the type of the issue, of course. So it can take time until the like issue is fixed.
True. Yeah, it really is a big process. So, and players are impatient. So they, I guess, just keep asking. So,
Oh yeah,
what's new?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think all players pretty much the same. All right. Yeah, I guess if you can automate the process, that already takes such a big load from from the
Oh,
team.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, everybody, but that's the process you need to go through. First, you need to figure out the process, do it manually for some time, and then automate it. But when selecting the software, it's so important to understand your business and your processes, not just go where everybody goes, but actually think what fits your business. So it's really good to have a platform that focuses on what hurts most for your domain.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's really nice. And yeah, we have some messages. Actually, there are people saying hi to you. 𝘊𝘃𝗀𝘀𝘵𝘮 saying moi. Just
Oh yeah,
pass this
you're
to you.
familiar with Finnish also.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I would show off a bit, but I don't feel my Finnish is in good condition now. I can only say basic stuff, and of course, the swearing words. They are the best. In
Yeah,
like very emotional. So
yeah. There is a lot of punch and oomph in those
yeah,
Finnish swear
exactly.
words.
Love that. Okay, so should we just see how Theymes would
Yeah, happy
handle
to show.
this kind of
Yeah,
situation
yes,
we were
yes.
talking about? Like lots of
Yeah,
tickets. Let's see. So you can share your screen and then we will
yeah.
disappear. So people can see what's most important.
Yeah.
Hmm. And we're gone.
So maybe I will go through the example case of like
Yes.
tickets
Hmm.
spiking up all suddenly. So what we have built is this kind of like issue detection system where similar ticket spikes can be detected, and for the demo purposes, these are now on a minimum threshold. And whenever, let's say, you have 100 to 1,000 of tickets coming in, you can get a alert of that to your email address or Slack channel. And then what our system does is that I'm gonna generate a couple of tickets. Let's see.
Okay. So it's similar in Slack. And what about Teams or gaming platforms? They're not using Microsoft.
Oh, what?
Like there were only like for the channels, email and Slack. What about Teams?
What about Teams?
I don't know. Like Microsoft Teams. Anyway.
Oh, I didn't understand the question.
Yeah, well, now I'm not very confident in my question as well. Disregard for now. I will once
No,
I
it's
see it again, I will ask.
it's
Like
probably
what
me.
you said
I have the
previously,
full.
how you set up the notifications, like there were specific channels too. But anyway,
Okay.
let's
Well,
continue and we can go back to that later.
so
Mhm.
we have no incoming tickets for
Yes.
demo purposes, and we can see, for example, this is in French, and what usually happens is that you can have these AI-driven tags and fields also, which are really handy. You can, for example, do real-time sentiment analysis, or
Uh-huh.
you can ask the AI to, for example, write here bug description for this field. And let's see how many we have now here.
So AI helps with detecting what kind of bug it is.
What did just now happen is that we have automatically added this issue, that the in-game menu crash issue, and all of the tickets are now part of this, for example. And when we go here, we can see that you now have this new issue going on here.
So it's AI that detects that there are similar issues and groups them.
Exactly, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Interesting.
handle all of this automatically in real time. And these are kind of like all of the tickets part of this specific issue. So the issue has been created by us automatically. And these tickets are in different languages also. So whenever you operate in a multilingual environment, you can have all of these still together. And what you
Does
can
it
do now,
translate by default from all languages to English, or you can set up your default like language to Finnish and it will translate everything to Finnish, for example?
we prefer English in
Okay.
pretty much everything, but you can
Yeah.
set up your game specific settings and what languages you want to support. And so what you can do is that you can start automating this issue because the issue is on all the time. You can put tickets on hold. You can reply to the tickets. And what's really neat is that you can run these tickets or you can run this automation to the tickets that have been already created. So not only the ones that are coming in, but also the ones that are behind you. So now when we do save and we go check the queue here or this issue.
So it's like the first reply basically, and then
Yeah, exactly. So
but you
we
still need to
now,
set it up. So it's like the system detected that there is an ongoing issue and multiple tickets created. So the team gets notified, and then they set up what should be done, or like for this specific issue, like you did.
yeah, so the team, customer support team will get a email and a Slack message that this type of a issue is now going on. And then when they come here, they can define if they want to start automating this issue.
Well, that's
And
nice.
so now we have put everything on hold that are part of this issue. And the incoming tickets that are complaining about this menu crash are also getting the message, and they will put also to the hold status. So whenever you have the other things to do also in your queues, you can have your customer support team still focusing on those and not kind of like putting all your efforts and all the resources into this kind of a specific issue that has just raised up. So
Well, that's helpful. And
yeah,
once you get information from the
yeah,
game team, you can do
yeah,
something else.
yeah. So let's say the game team now builds up a fix, deploys the new version of the game, or makes something that fixes the issue. What you can do is you can just navigate to the issues, select the issue. We have bulk mode here, so you can select all of the players part of this issue and do bulk action. We can do resolve ticket. We can reply. And then you can also have private notes that game team did do the fix. And you can add tags and fields also from this point.
Okay. Well, that is very helpful.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it's satisfying to see how these tickets are getting closed one by one, and the queue is not like this huge.
Yeah, it's satisfying. But yeah, now kind of like this specific issue was handled just within a few minutes. On considering like if you end up having thousands tickets and you have a small team going through those, it's a pretty painful process to go through.
It is like manually I don't know. I remember working in outsourced company, and we supported one wine company from US, and every holiday season, like there were so many issues with broken bottles, or like that they exploded because of the cold or anything, just like so many similar issues. Pretty sure they're more complex, but it would definitely, because you need to reship things, but that would be also awesome just to
Yeah,
automate this all. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, yeah. But we have also built many other automation things from really new perspective that are helping the teams to do things quite
Uh,
differently.
I was about to ask actually, like I'm pretty sure you're getting feedback from your customers, and what else they maybe keep asking to add to these flows, because automating is very satisfying. Like,
Yeah. So we have built our workflows and automations in a way that you can essentially integrate our system with anything in our customers' backend systems, for example.
hmm,
Um, so gaming companies are really different. It seems like everyone are having their own ways of doing things, even though it's kind of like the same thing to do. They are still ending up having kind of like different things of doing things, which has struck us by surprise a little bit. So we have had to build our system in a way that it's super flexible, API first approach on pretty much everything. Um, so we kind of like we have to keep things so flexible that it fits in pretty much any different mold.
hmm. Yeah, and I actually had this sort of conversation with one of head of support during networking, that every support team does things differently. The way they're building workflows in the same tools still is different, because they have so many different processes and other tools that they're using. So it's always pretty much unique, even though it's the same domain. So that's what you also see. It's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
That might be an idea for the season two for me to actually do that. Do one tool but different support teams, and see how people
Oh,
are
yeah, yeah, yeah.
working in the same environment but with different approaches. That would be interesting to see.
That will.
Yeah. I really like the use of AI you have. So do you use it beyond the tickets? How
Yeah. So we have built our system from the perspective that something usually people are really like raising their eyebrows is when we say that we don't have any bots at all. Um, we are kind of like a very different operator because we have separate like a knowledge base system where our assistant is living, and then we have the ticketing part is totally different entity in a way.
uh-huh.
So our AI approach, if you will, is very different, um, and it's having a lot of really impressive results. So companies changing into our solution from legacy systems, even if they have been having automation system in place, let's say bots, they are seeing pretty cool um, improvements in the CSAT and also deflection rates.
Hmm. That's really interesting. And you mentioned knowledge base, which is also a big interest for our company,
Oh yes,
because AI is, well, at least the bots, they are as good as your knowledge base is. So, um, did you make any interesting discoveries in that field, and how you help your
uh,
customers with their knowledge management?
uh,
We have a bit
yes,
of time. I
yeah, yeah.
want to ask.
Yeah, this is this is a good one. So one of the things that really we started hating is that when we see, let's say, game studio having their knowledge base set up somewhere, some article has been updated like 2 years ago, and not really any content or updated up-to-date content there. The huge problem is that it's very time consuming to put out proper content, keep the content up to date, and especially if you have a live ops games that you will roll out new updates monthly, bi-monthly, every half. It's a really painful process also to update the knowledge base stuff in there. So maybe I will actually share back.
Yes, please. We like when our guests are sharing the screen.
Yeah, it makes much more sense from that way.
That's good.
So
Mm-hmm.
we have built this kind of like reporting schedules here. This is, for example, daily knowledge gaps, what we generate. So we can tell pretty much in real time what the players are asking and where you don't have any answers for the players. So this is a key information.
You mean asking like in chats and or like searching in the knowledge base?
Yeah, this is from our assistant usage. So anything that's asked from the assistant, we will then generate your reportings, and this will give you key information that what you should actually put into the knowledge base. We can tell from languages and missing answers over time and how specific things has been asked. So this is super helpful for studios to really think about like what should be in the knowledge base.
So they're like overall like grouping by topics, but then also I see there are some quotes for like from the tickets, and we have really nice comments while you are showing the report. So like that's, you have fundamentally different approach, because instead of trying to replace agents, you're giving them better tools and empower them to create better player experience.
Absolutely.
Which is interesting take. It's like to your comment about how you use AI in your platform, not trying to replace agents. You're really creating useful tools to make their life easier. And it's definitely to our, like, fits our topic, how to not burn out your team with all that crazy work. Just make it easier. And that's awesome. Sorry, continue. I just thought that the comment was really to the point of what you were saying, so I had to.
So I was about to add that these missing answers by topic is something that we generate automatically, and these are really, really handy to give kind of like quick information of what's going on.
And how do teams typically use it? So do they actually okay, I'm sorry, but it's like this delay in LinkedIn. I was waiting for Katarina, our, well, co-founder of Katico as well, but also data analyst. I was waiting for her comment like reports, and it's there. So. But to my question, sorry, keep distracting. So how teams usually use this report? Do they just export it? Do they create tickets for themselves right in the platform to work on those? How, like, what typically is done with the insights from this page?
Yeah, we've seen different approaches. Some are having weekly, some are having bi-weekly sessions around this, and then the schedules of these reportings are also scheduled in a way that let's say you have a weekly meeting or bi-weekly meeting to align the content, for example. Usually that's how this has been utilized.
Yeah. I have to say that 𝘊𝘂𝗍𝗪𝘏 is very active in the comment section, and yeah, it just made a hilarious comment, because Katarina and Miki, they're just the most active in the audience, and like he says, Tommy's paying me for dropping these comments.
Yeah,
Are
Nick
you?
is my good childhood friend.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
he seems to be playing around, but I think I will have to still pay for him.
Well, with some good beers, I guess, would be nice.
Yes.
And some games.
Oh, we do play games. Yes.
So, well, weekly sessions to review the reports. That's the most common practice, you say.
Yes. Yes.
Actually, yeah, and it is relevant for other domains too. During our first episode with Marty, he mentioned also like what they recommend to their clients and actually what they do, like those who are using Pylon tool, that is also like scheduling this review sessions. Like they have their own approach to knowledge gaps and insights, how they do this thing, but like still the
Yeah.
process it's if I'm not mistaken, it's from KCS methodology, that you like the review process, that first of all there have to be a process how you
Mm.
update and create new content, and these regular sessions, they really help to just have that on the calendar, have it often
Yeah.
enough to not overwhelm your team. Yeah,
Yeah.
looks pretty cool because
Yeah.
it's most painful, at least for me, to get those insights from
Mm.
all the requests that are coming in. Like, and I'm really happy to see that companies they are automating this process to
Yeah.
help teams see the gaps. That's the what should be done for, and not just let bot answer everything kind of situation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
All right. So I think we can go to questions real quick. I will see if there are any. So, our dearest audience, if you still have some questions left, please drop them in the comments. Meanwhile, I saw one that I did ask. So, what is the one thing that by doing so, everything else would be a lot easier or unnecessary for gaming companies and publishers related to your domain? That's a very
Oh.
complicated question.
Listening to players actively, what they want to
How
do,
how would you listen to players?
active feedback loops, especially during the playtesting phase. It's I, I see like design background, so everything is really based on research, and but I still see like gaming companies are these kind of like really artistic in a way that they are trusting their own gut,
Mhm.
which can lead to a huge success, of course, also. But just doing like a really simple tests already on the like, I mean, almost at the paper prototype level, if you will, can be really valuable feedback for these companies.
Nice. Yeah, well, feedback loops, they have to be like, that's the part of customer experience. They When people feel heard, they trust the company more. They remain their customers. I'm a very tough customer because I've been in customer support field for more than 10 years. I'm like, I want
Yeah,
my experience be comfortable, and if I sense that there is some bullshit, I'm like, oh, thank you. I
yeah,
will find someone else. And it's so hard to search for a service provider of any service, actually. So once you find one that fulfill your needs, you will not change. Well, at
yeah,
least our millennial uh, generation is like that.
yeah. I mean,
And
one question, for example, that's not asked is just like, what made you open our game or product or service today? Like,
ooh,
what was the like one one thing that made you open our game? That's usually something that's like not really asked, and I'm like, why?
That's a good one, actually, because I play games well on my tablet, like, farm games like kitchen. And yeah, for example, I open farm game because there is always like quest going on, and once you're also in some guild, so you have to complete the tasks together with your team so you're not kicked out, so you get to the next level, so you have to enter every day and do something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
for example, like, but we have one more question, which is
Hmm.
three questions in one. So let's see, and that will be the last one for us. I'm just trying to keep an eye on the time, but it's so interesting to talk about all this stuff. Like, uh, okay, so can you pull in system status from a status page to trigger an automation and send messages based on status to a large group at one time?
If I understand correctly, like if a game is having a status page, we could
I can
pull
show.
that information.
Yeah. So I also
Uh,
pulled the question so you can see it, because there are two more, like how
yeah, yeah.
there are quite a lot of those.
Sure, the answer is that yes, that's possible. So utilizing our APIs, for example, in this kind of like a use case, we could continue the automation in a way that this could be possible.
Hmm. So you can extend what is already there. You can actually add more to it. And how can you validate that you're grouping similar correspondence correctly?
I guess this is based on the issue grouping. I
Yeah, like
presume.
how can you be sure that all issues are grouped correctly?
Yeah, so it's not like because we utilize AI there, and there is probable of having a mishaps, but we haven't been able to really catch those in such scale. Of course, like in any AI system, there can be small errors in there, but those are very, very minimal.
Mm-hmm.
So how to ensure this kind of stuff? It's a tricky one, but we have really nice plans also to enhance kind of like the accuracy of detecting those.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Thank you for your answer. And I guess to wrap it up, just the final question from me. So, what are the future plans for Thames after
Mm,
this successful and very active year?
yeah,
What
yeah.
are the plans for the nearest
So
future for your platform?
we are closing some loops in how we can improve processes. Let's say during the next year, some of the big topics that we are focusing on is learning and development, closing kind of like the feedback loop and aligning with game update schedules, building something where teams can actually learn quickly what's coming and improve kind of like the time to go and give accurate support for the players.
You mean like when to inform them about the updates in the game beforehand?
Yeah, well, whenever
Timely.
you have, yeah,
Mhm.
whenever you have, let's say, process updates coming, and you want to make sure that everyone are aligned with these rules,
Mhm.
um, we're focusing on that. And
Nice.
also internal knowledge base is also into heavily.
Nice. A lot of plans. And I definitely love the one about updating the support team about the upcoming changes, because this topic will never end in community discussions. Like, still, some companies really fail in having a proper process there and letting their support team know what's
Mm,
changing, like really on time. And that kind of update is important, because when you find out from the customer, and that just breaks the trust from customer to the company, that the support team is not aware of changes.
Yeah.
So it's really great. At least that's my favorite from your list. I'm really will keep an eye on your updates.
Yes.
And yeah, that's all with the questions, and from me as well. So thank you so much, Tommi, for joining me today, and for the final episode of our season 1. It's been a pleasure. And yeah,
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Yes.
Hope you enjoy your time with the family. It's Christmas and New Year, so all jolly days. And yeah, see you.
Yeah.
See you in Helsinki sometime.
We'll
I'm
see.
already planning my trips.
Let me know when you're here.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And yeah, happy holidays.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.